We'll go ahead and call the budget committee order. We do have a set of minutes for August the 7th.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any questions or concerns? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
See,
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Public comment? Anybody? Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask the committee to entertain bringing in the Watertown Public Library to discuss property that's available on the square. It's two separate pieces of property, and they've got a short-term and a long-term use plan for this. And I'd like to see that be entertained at the next committee meeting.
Put that on our agenda. Tell
Yeah.
us
Next meeting.
you're talking important music.
Yeah.
I'm not at home.
You got that?
Good job.
You got that there?
Yeah, I think I'll remember it.
Okay. All right. Any other public comments or questions, concerns? Okay, finance director report.
See, finance reports in your packet. I did not get the fund balance report done, and of course, August financial statements aren't available yet, since it's just September the 4th, so those will be on your desk. I'll try to have the fund balance report on your desk the same night. Nothing specifically to point out in the July report. So unless you guys have any questions, we'll move on to budget.
Motion approved.
First one in there is for the county clerk. They're requesting to transfer funds out of their reserve account for the purchase of new PCs, which are Windows 11 compatible. The ones that they have right now apparently don't have sufficient, don't meet the specs to run Windows 11. And Windows 10 is about to go out of support.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? Comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
This next one, Tammy Smith is here if y'all have any questions, but what we're requesting is money to buy voting machines. It's been several years since we bought any, and with election laws changing, from my discussions with her, this seems to be the time to go ahead, and my understanding, which again, she's free to comment, you guys can ask her questions, these will be compliant with whatever changes with federal regs.
Till we change next time.
How many will that get us?
So this will replace our tabulators that we have, not the markers, but the tabulators. There are gonna be some election law changes coming down pretty soon probably, and it will put this county in a good position to pivot whatever we have to do there. And we get reimbursed for the May election, which we never get reimbursed for. And so that's gonna help the county, and we typically get back about 125 when we get that reimbursement. And so, and we're also able to use, this is 10 years. It doesn't seem like it's been 10 years since we've had our new system, voting equipment, but that's the average lifespan for voting equipment. By having new tabulators, we can prolong the lifespan of the markers. So that helps us to keep using those as long as we can. And if we have to do anything different in the future, before 28, for example, the tabulators are gonna meet all the regulations, all the EAC standards that are out there for us to continue using those. So it's a really good time for us to do this. And I typically would not come to you guys asking for anything, but I think it's gonna put our county in the best position it can be for elections.
Motion approved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Questions? Yes, sir.
When you're talking about the tabulars,
Yes,
those count the votes?
that's what counts the votes,
And
yes.
the other machines, we're gonna keep those. Now, we bought those
10 years ago.
several years ago,
10 years ago.
10 years
Yeah.
ago, and we've got to deal with those, correct?
That we will have to, when the EAC and the state tells us what they're gonna do with some of the, election law changes.
Okay,
So,
so the markers are good.
The markers are good now, and they will work with the new tabulators. The new tabulators have some additional standards, additional security features that makes it good for us. What we're using is not bad, but this has additional standards and security features on it. But we can continue using what we're using, yes.
Any other questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Hey, we put out on,
Okay.
Great. Okay, yeah.
The next one in your packet, you've actually already approved, but we didn't, I guess, bring it all the way through committee, so I guess this is a redo.
we did, but we didn't put it on the agenda,
2 months ago, I bet.
Yeah.
2 meetings ago, and so rather than
Okay. Motion
debate
to
it,
approve.
just, yeah.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
The next thing is just to approve the grant for the health department.
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
So the next one is basically just a line item transfer within the health department to transfer funds for remote access clinic, remote area medical clinic. And there is a attachment, if you want to know what that is, to the back of that budget amendment.
Motion approved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Any other comments or questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
This is, next one has to do with the library grant. This is just the remaining funds on the library grant that we needed to pull into the 26 budget.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any additional comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
And finally, on budget amendments is the trustee requesting to move money out of office supplies and into travel and dues and memberships.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution.
Resolution is just to allow us to receive any funds possible that would come from the lawsuit that the new one that was filed.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the resolution. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay.
Next thing in there is a request from WEMA to allow us to purchase from MPP Gov, which is another one of those purchasing cooperatives. We're part of 4 or 5. This is just another one.
So moved.
Second. We purchase from them. Can they sell stuff that we have?
No.
Okay, just curious.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
So then we're down to surplus property. The second item on your list, or the second item in your packet here, well, then we get into Board of Education. The one right in front of the Board of Education budget amendments is a transfer from the Sheriff's Department to the Ag Center. It's radios being transferred from the Sheriff's Department to Ag. But both these require your approval. One of them is surplus from county buildings. Judges, tourism,
So moved.
yeah.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the surplus items. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
And with that, I'm done.
Woo-hoo.
And did we approve both of those at the same time?
I put it down that way unless y'all want to
No,
check that.
that's fine. Wilson County Schools?
Budget amendment 2, a couple items on that one. The first one is, first line on there is just to recognize a podcast donation from 2025. The second line on there is, for the sped department removes funds from an instruction supplies materials line to a in-service staff development line. just for iTeach tuition for 10 extra slots. We're also moving fund balance, designated fund balance from the beginning of the year. This is for athletic maintenance and Chromebook purchases. I'm reallocating funds within our insurance lines for insurance premiums that came in over budgeted amounts, and to add LaGuardia Elementary to our insurance policy. Last item on there is for a TVA grant that we get awarded every year when school typically gets picked for $10,000. This year it's Stoner Creek Elementary.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay,
Our budget amendment number 3, this is pending board approval. Our first line on there is we are reallocating funds to help on the high school graduation costs. $5,000 per high school, so the total $25,000. Second line on there, we are reallocating funds from our teacher line item to our health department medical personnel line. It's to fund a full-time RN position. Third item on there is to move funds, and this is for the voluntary pre-K program. At the state's request, they wanted us to reallocate funds and move from our other supplies materials to our snack line. And this is just to provide snacks in the classroom. They requested us to present in that manner. The fourth item on there is to move funds to support our non-instructional coaches with TWSAA assessment fees. We're moving it out of fund balance $8,000 to our health department line other charges. And the last item on there, at the director's recommendation, we are moving $49,000 from our budgeted fund balance to our other contracted services line. This is for the Vanderbilt training contract.
Motion approved.
Second.
okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. Any other questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Mayor, you have anything to share?
Something from new business. We all know about our issues with the LaGuardia sewer system and water authority. And you've heard lots of comments and stuff, and we've tried to, in our office, on your behalf, try to dig in and find out where were the problems, what happened, what is the solutions, and where we are. I have asked Chris Luber to come next month. This month was full, but for next month to come and give you an explanation of an example of all of the step systems in the county, all the good ones, all the ones that are not good, and what the action plans are to get those in line. Also to let you know all the stuff that's been done by the water authority to keep the situation from happening that happened again. So we've had several conversations, and so he's gonna do that next month. In the meantime, I've tried to keep up with, okay, where are we? Because from our side, my concern is, it's not that it's not the water authority, but it is the LaGuardia school system, the school sewer system, and the cost that it's costing us because we are the funding body. So I had just said, I had had meetings with them. I brought in Britton from TDEC, Chris Luber from the Water Authority. Our last meeting had Josh from Medinas, and Mr. Luttrell as the superintendent. But we've had 3 or 4 meetings before that. There are strong feelings on both sides. And with this issue, I have plenty of people that want to throw blame at one person or the other. But they're blamed for, it goes around with everybody. Everybody has had issues in this problem. It's not one department. It's not just TDEC, it's not just Adinas, it's not just the Water Authority, and it's not just the school system, but all of them had a player in how we got to where we are. But the goal is really, our goal is saying, let's get the school system up and going and quit doing the pump and haul. There are field lines that are out there on the property. There is a pipe that carries the fluid to the Academy Road facility. In all of the Water Authority's problems, none of them is with the treatment system. It's just the drip fields. So we have everything in place to be able to turn ours on in a few days. But we can't do that because to be able to do that, TDEC says we got to modify the permit that the Academy Road would allow us to tap in and use their system. And TDEC says, I'm not gonna let you do that until the Water Authority cleans up their other stuff. So you would say, well, we're kind of being held hostage. And we noticed that from the very beginning, that would be the truth, you're in the middle. So we've tried to have meetings on meetings to say, where are we at? And I would talk to one, talk to another, and I'd get sometimes the same story, sometimes different stories. That's why we brought them into to our office. And they probably think, you know, what's he got to do with all this? Or why? But I just want to kind of push it forward and let's get a solution. So the last meeting we had 2 days ago, I could tell that you know, Athena's thought this, TDEC says this, and we're not getting very far. And if we do try to clean up all those problems, it could be a while before they get cleaned up, before we could ever put our stuff out on public notice to even start doing a modified permit. There is something in the law that allows their attorneys, TDECs, and Adena's attorneys to get together and come up with what is called, I think, an agreed order that maybe a law judge would look at and grant, which simply would mean this, is that he could say, we could go ahead and start our process. We can't avoid 30-day public notices. We can't avoid anything that's gotta happen. But we could start that process now, and that agreed order could say, we'll allow the school system to start their process on contingency that these other problems get fixed in a certain time. So we kind of worked through that other day, and what I would ask is that our county commission would pass a resolution to strongly encourage TDEC, the Water Authority, and Adenas to work together to find us the quickest solution possible, entertaining the law judge agreed order opportunity, and bring that to the table to where that maybe could handle, it could get us off center. Now, I will say this, I reached out to Clark Boyd today. They plan on hopefully also him, Susan Lynn, Senator Pody, also maybe drafting something to this group, everybody included, to push forward. I'll let Director Luttrell speak about the school board doing that. But we felt like we needed to push to make something happen. Otherwise, we were going to be quite a while where we were.
When you say quite a while,
Quite a while is a long time. Yeah. Let me give you those issues. So when we met yesterday, there were 5 things that needed to be brought to TDEC for them to clear up before they would let Adena start doing the public notices. With those 5 things, Adena said, well, you know, I think we can do this. And TDEC was saying, no, I don't think so. But anyway, okay, if we can't agree there to buy some more land and get the drip fields on those, which is needed, that's a long, long process. Even once you get that done, you gotta put that out for 30-day public notice. And, I mean, so that's really too long for us to survive pumping and hauling when we have, in my mind, a pipe in the ground that will take the sewage to Academy Road. There's nothing wrong with that treatment facility to treat that water and send it back to the drip fields that are on our property right now to be satisfied. So we're good, in my opinion. And I asked him yesterday, and Jeff will back me up, can we turn it on today? There are a few things that need to be done, but we just need a pipe that goes from there to the pipe that sends it out to Academy to be done, and we could turn it on today. But we can't play ball because of the other violations.
Which aren't ours.
Yes, yes.
If I'm understanding you right, everybody's blamed, but right now, the back blame, the beginning, where it goes back to is the water authority.
No, sir, where it really goes back to is Adenas.
Adenas.
Adenas and them were on board with the Water Authority, Chris Andrews, and TDEC on site in 2021. They went out there and said, we can do this, and we can do it on site. We can build a treatment facility on site. That guy left Adenas, and that paperwork got left, and our civil engineer from our school did not follow up with it. The Water Authority, nobody followed up with it, and finally, when somebody got on board to take that to his place and uncovered that paperwork, he said, whoops, we've got to get to business. And that's when they came to the Water Authority in January and said, hey, let's get started. But it's too late to do it on site, so let's pump it over here. Adena said, I've already got enough violations. TDEC said, I've got enough violations. I'm not going to let you do that until you clear these up. Now, Jeff Lutcher will also tell you, they did approve a set of plans that said we can have construction and get started. And he showed it to them the other day. And they said, yes, that got approved inadvertently. It shouldn't have. It should have gone out with 30-day notice. My guy that signed off on it thought it'd been out for 30 days, but it wasn't. That was another project. So even though it's a boo-boo, okay, at the same time, Britain said, but I still can't do something without giving a 30-day notice. I know that's the law. I gotta do that. So that's where I say there's issues with everybody. And the Water Authority have taken ownership, and Chris will tell you this. He said going forward, and I know there's a board member in here, Mr. Kurtz, that simply said they have put somebody, I believe that board has put somebody in place that will oversee these specifically. Next thing is that they used to approve soil sites for a subdivision, let's say of 500 homes, and they're gonna do phase one. They would just approve the soils for phase one. Going forward, they'll never do that again. They'll approve all the soils at one time and build all the soils at one time, but we will not go forward. And also add another 50% of soils to that to have in reserves. Because that's been the issue with some of these systems that we got. The soils have gone bad and there's no extra land for them to go to, so they're kind of stuck. And then that goes in and out. Rainy seasons, the soils pop up. Dry seasons, you don't know there's a problem. So, does that help?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
appreciate that, thank you.
And, yes, sir?
Kind of a dumb question. How far in feet is it away from the Lebanon sewer system?
I don't have
No one's looked into it.
Can their system handle it?
It's a,
Too far
away.
It's a long way.
It's gonna be long.
you're talking about us keep connected to their line?
That's
Well-
too far away.
Yes, sir.
10 miles.
Okay.
Any other questions? So I'm just asking permission for, if you'll allow us to put the resolution together, we think that covers all the points. Does it mean a whole lot? It probably, maybe doesn't mean a whole lot, but at least we're sounding off, if the school board sounds off, and the legislature sound off, at least they will know, hey, look, I know we're passionate about our side, but we gotta get together and take care of the school system. Those other issues, yeah, they gotta be taken care of. But our main purpose and our main goal is the Legarda School.
Is that a motion?
I'm asking for permission, so I think somebody else would need to make the motion, probably.
You're on board. I'll make a motion for it.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve a resolution to try to get something going.
I just wanna add one thing. You were talking about, you mean double log cabin, right?
Double, yeah,
Yeah.
regardless of what that's.
You was just talking about Academy Road. I just wanna make sure it's double log cabin.
That's where it's going.
Well,
Talking
Oh,
about
it's a pump
the
station.
school there, the pump stations at Academy Road.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I was, wanna make sure.
Jennifer, I know we
There's a motion,
discussed
there's a motion and a second. Is there any other comment or questions?
I mean, I think you covered it, and thank you for facilitating that. Our whole thing is to get a solution. And I think we've all learned some things. I definitely have. But we need a permanent solution. That's what we need. We got kids, teachers that are depending on a permanent solution.
Mike, are you good with this?
Yeah, I am. I'll just go ahead and say to you, it's not on the agenda, and you probably may get some calls saying this wasn't on the agenda. As far as I'm concerned, it's an emergency.
It is.
Yeah, it's gotta be done.
Yeah.
And if that upsets some people on the
And I will say, as a result of that meeting yesterday, there is a meeting tomorrow between the two entities that I was informed of this afternoon. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. And I think that, because we asked them, we're not here to make anybody mad, but we gotta have a solution and, yeah. So with this, Mike, as we bring this, I'm asking permission to bring a resolution. That would have had to been on the agenda.
Well, things we vote on are supposed to be on the agenda,
Okay.
but we know there's provisions in there if there's a true emergency.
Okay.
And, we talked about it before, an emergency is not that you forgot to bring something.
Yeah.
But this is an emergency, it's really developing daily, as y'all talked about. You got another meeting tomorrow, and Board of Education is gonna be Monday night, so it's same.
Busy, busy.
Yeah, I mean, if we go through the process like we're talking about with TDEC with the 30 days and stuff, we're down to October, November, and we don't move away from that.
We're already at what, 23 cents, and from the numbers that you have, what we spent on it, and also, it's, every month that bill's coming in, so.
Yeah.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? you give me what you want in it, and I'll draft it unless you wanna do it.
I'll send you this.
Send it to me tomorrow, and I'll take care of it. Okay, is there any other business? I have something, this is just informative, doesn't require any action. I think I sent out to everybody, you should have gotten the, decision Chancellor Smith made in the Jay White and others case against us. The, Planning and Zoning Committee met Tuesday night, and they determined to recommend to the county commission that we appeal that decision, and that I ask for a stay of judgment from the chancellor. So that will be in your packet, I've already drafted that resolution, it'll be in your packet. Doesn't require you to vote on it, it was on the agenda, planning and zoning, so I'm just keeping you informed, that's coming up, Monday night, and the urgency of that is, we have 30 days if we wish to appeal. And that 30 days will run out September 25. So our only meeting, county commission, between now and then is the 15th. So if somebody gets up there and defers it, the case won't get appealed, it'll be a final judgment. So, keep that in mind, it needs action one way or the other, week from Monday. Yes, sir.
Never mind, I haven't, I'm good.
Okay. Any other comment or questions for the committee? One more motion.
That's for Jerry.
Y'all be careful going home.